We have in the chat, somebody says, whoa, that's fresh marketing and publicity. Says, definitely ask Micket about Lucy Lawless.
Dueling Decades.
All right, so I pick up 2 points in that round, and we're heading into our final round, which would be the music round.
What happens if 2 of you end up with 3 points?
It's a fight to the death.
Yeah.
We go to it's a quick wild card round where we can pick.
You guys have to LARP, and the winner.
We have to LARP.
Lightning bolt, lightning bolt, lightning bolt. Well, we both did the same shit.
Yeah, I'm requesting a LARP. LARP, LARP, LARP.
All right, we'll start off with my music selection here. After the death of this band's guitarist in 1985, they all decided to part ways. Now, sometime after that, they all began working on new music, and these songs would bring the band back together again and give us one of the great comeback albums of all time. This album proved to be one of the greatest commercial achievements for the band, and its success propelled the band to international superstar status. And on Wednesday, June 28th, 1989, according to an ad I found in the LA Times, you could attend the album release party at the club Hot Lava for Cosmic Thing by the B-52s. Cosmic Thing. Now, Cosmic Thing would soar to the top of the Billboard album charts, sell 5 million copies, and yield their first ever top 10 hits, Love Shack and Rome, and the top 40 hit, Deadbeat Club. Now, off the success of Cosmic Thing, the reunited B-52s played to sold-out audiences worldwide on a tour that lasted more than 18 months, including an Earth Day gig before nearly 750,000 people. And that was held in New York City's Central Park. Love Shack peaked at number 3 and was named by Rolling Stone as the best single of 1989 in the 246th greatest song of all time. Tin Roof Rusted, I give you Cosmic Thing by the B-52s.
Okay.
Oh. I know that song.
All right, in the movies round.
All right, Joe, what did you bring for the music round?
It wasn't a rock. It was a rock lobster. No, I'm going to bring you something. June 26, 1977. The man himself, Elvis Presley, sings his final concert prior to his death in August at the Market Square Arena in Indianapolis, Indiana. It was actually for a special called Elvis in Concert. He was a compilation of him traveling through multiple places. He may not have expected that this was going to be his last concert, but if you saw the concert, you probably would have expected, to the point where they had to edit this thing so much because he had to struggle through songs. The well-known spoken part of Are You Lonesome Tonight, they actually covered up with fan footage from out in front of the buildings and stuff like that, because he was just fumbling through it and was really struggling. At that point, he had been, addicted to painkillers, and he'd put on a lot of weight.
I actually saw that video with my mom.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. You can find a lot of this cut footage too in the documentary This Is Elvis if you are so looking for it. But let's just look back at the man's career. 23 studio albums, 18 soundtracks, 19 live or compilation albums, 29 EPs, 24 box sets, and 107 compilations that came out after he died. He had 100 gold records, 57 platinum, 25 multi-platinum, and sold roughly 600 million albums worldwide. He starred in 33 movies as well. I mean, everybody knows who he was. He was the biggest selling solo performer of all time until his son-in-law Michael Jackson took over some of those records. And it's so I mean, the end of just one of the most dominating eras of one person in music. I give you Elvis Presley's final concert.
That's a good one.
That's a good one, Joe. All right, Mancrush. What did you bring for the music round?
He's like, shit, how am I supposed to go?
Well, I mean, if you look at it, this is merit, and I know Joe's selling it as the lineage, but this is his worst performance. And I'm a huge Elvis fan, so I mean, you're really looking at the bottom of the barrel. This is like the dynasty. I know you guys love sports, so this is like the dynasty football team that then goes 0-16. So I mean, it's basically what it is. I'm on the other side of that. I'm starting at the bottom and rising up. So let's go once again, June 24th, 1994, which happened to be a Friday, which everything seems to have landed on. And this song, it reminds me completely of high school. I mean, everything about this. And I know that probably makes me sound like I'm next to death because she thinks you're old and you're 34, but I'm 35 tonight. So we're all good here. But I looked at the albums for this week and like nothing spoke to me. But when I looked at the singles, and there were a few good ones, so I had to go the singles route. So not only is this song and band like a fantastic snapshot of mid-90s alternative rock, but this is also their first single that this band has ever released. It's also the first song that the lead singer of this band ever wrote. And one thing that we talked about this a couple months back with Andre Gower was the importance of MTV at the time. So Geffen Records, who had these guys, they hired Spike Jonze, Video Dynamo at the time, who was actually also fairly new at the time, but he became a staple of the 90s as well. So he shot this video, which is also the band's first video. And to say this video was on MTV all the time would be a complete understatement. I feel like this band's first two videos were always on MTV, and both were done by Spike Jonze, by the way, which probably attributed them to becoming like one of the top acts of the 90s, and they still are today. They don't tour quite as much. I think they were supposed to be on tour last year with Green Day, and that got canceled, and that's going to kick back up, I think, again this summer. Surprisingly, this debut single, it only topped at number 57 on the Billboard Hot 100. But as we mentioned on that episode a couple months ago, at this point in time in 1994, I really do believe like your MTV airtime was far more important than where you were ranked on the charts.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just what it is. Like, who cares they were number 57? They were constantly on MTV. And I think part of the reason that a lot of people thought this song was funny, and that was because of the video. But Rivers Cuomo himself said that this is supposed to be a sad and depressing song. But you know what? It's like Brendan. I'm throwing names out. Brendan B. Brown from Weedus, he was on a couple weeks ago, and he said the song is what it is. Like, you know, sure, the writer sees it one way, but the audience can completely manipulate it to see however they see fit. So that said, this is one of those songs where it's fun to watch people online just like argue about the true meaning, blah, blah, like, oh, no, it's about this. I know this story. It's about this. The bottom line is you're all right, because it's however you take it, that's how the song is, you know? So I give you Weezer, Undone, the Sweater Song.
Okay.
We were sitting here going, who is it? Who is it? Dang.
All right.
Gotta go. What?
Yeah, go ahead. We'll toss it down to Micket, Sebastian, and Kalie for the ruling on the music round.
Well, I gotta say Elvis, because my mom is like an absolute diehard fan. She had his face at one point tattooed on her shoulder.
Wait, where'd it go?
Nice.
She covered it up.
Oh.
She has a big
She saw that last concert.
She has like their signature at one point. An entire room was dedicated to all Elvis memorabilia, like posters, trays,
It's crazy.
action figures. Like, yeah.
I'm gonna go with Weezer.
Why do you do this to me?
Just because I existed then. And, you know,
It's my mom, Kalie. It's my mom.
Fuck
Okay.
your mom.
Wow.
I just can't
Best
keep it
answer
real.
ever
Like,
on an episode. He's calling her.
Hi,
Put her on.
But guess what?
Oh, fuck. I can break the ice.
We got an exclusive.
You ain't nothing but a hound dog.
Oh, God.
And you ain't no friend of mine.
Yeah, I know.
Come on, you see that? You like that? Ain't
Yeah.
no friend of mine.
I was born in 94, but that doesn't mean anything. Dude, I don't remember anything from that fucking year.
Why not?
You know, you remember every detail from the year you were born.
Of course.
That's when Raiders came out, so of course, yeah.
Yes.
I don't even know what that is.
Oh, my heart.
Oh. You're gonna make Joe cry.
It's
Sorry,
not
but I have to go Elvis.
boom.
Right.
So classic.
All right, Joe Findlay, you pick up 2 points. You tie this game with me, and we're going to go on to our final wild card round to decide who wins this game.
All righty. I am going to defer to you, good sir.
Alrighty. All right. So for my wild card selection, I actually went with another hot product. Or maybe we should call this one a cold product. It might be a little more fitting. We're going to go over to the Tennessean in Nashville, Tennessee, June 28th, 1989, where the headline reads, Nestle Crunch Bar features 4 flavors. The original Nestle Crunch Bar remains one of the top-selling ice cream bars in the country. Rich vanilla ice cream surrounded by milk chocolate with a crisp rice coating makes this treat hard to beat, unless, of course, you're comparing it to the new Chocolate Crunch. It's just like the original Crunch, except it has chocolate ice cream. And then the article goes on to talk about, in addition to the Crunch, Nestle still has their original ice cream bars that they're reintroducing in Alpine White and with almonds. So my wild card selection, the Nestle Crunch ice cream bar, now available in chocolate. All right, Joe Findlay.
No, I want ice cream.
You just sold me on the
No.
chocolate Nestle.
I want it. But I
All right,
always
Joe
want ice
Findlay.
Joe looks like he's like, fuck.
What is your wild card
Like
selection?
mine, potatoes.
Well, I'm going with the news, and it's not coming in chocolate. It's actually good news for a change coming from me. On June 30th, 1977, the Women Marines, better known as the Marine Corps Women's Reserve, was disbanded, integrating them with the male soldiers finally. Just a little background on the women in the Marines. This reserve was formed in 1943. They first saw deployment in 1950 in Korea, where 2,800, just shy of 2,800 women were sent, but they weren't put in combat in Korea. They were mostly given clerical work and stuff like that. It wasn't until 1967 when Master Sergeant Barbara Dulitsky became the first female Marine to see combat, and she was actually put on the lines. And then in 1977, everybody was finally integrated. Combat became a more prevalent thing for women, and roughly now I think 9% of all Marines are ladies. So a little bit of girl power. June 30th, 1977, the integration of the genders in the
All
Marines.
Wait. I was in the Marines from 2003 to 2007. There were no female grunts in the Marines during those 4 years.
Dang,
Wait.
called out.
To be fair, isn't the Marines the hardest to get into? And on top of that, it's only 9% of that.
Yeah.
Wait.
It's,
But real question, was there any chocolate Nestle Crunch ice cream?
Yes.
in the Marine Corps? Not usually.
We have questions.
Oh.
All right, guys.
I mean, I gotta go with chocolate.
Women Marines.
Oh man, I knew this was gonna come down to me.
He was
So
like,
either-
he's whispering in the back, going, chocolate.
Either he likes chocolate or he's sexist.
See, that's what I
Oh.
Go with the
But it's a-
chocolate.
It's a triangle.
just think
He likes
about
chocolate.
the
He hates women.
Females like chocolate
chocolate.
too.
Think about the vaginas.
Yeah, but you poke a hole in the ice cream.
We're not fucking right.
You're talking about vagina.
I don't want to betray two things that I enjoy.
Can I get? Oh,
Just think about the chocolatey crunch when you
think
bite
about the
into
pussy
ice
when you
cream.
open it.
Oh my god.
Which can you lick longer?
Which
Okay,
one?
okay,
hold
all right.
on. Which one makes you come?
All right, that's fair. I'm gonna base this off of which one you can lick longer. I'm gonna go with the Marines.
All right. All right, Joe Finley, it means you pick up another 2 points and you win this game. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I want to
Great.
thank our judges from the band Rivals. You guys are awesome, man. Thank you.
Hey, let me ask you before you guys are getting out of here, because you brought up a lot of fun stuff like while we were doing that, and we always ask this, like for years we asked bands that came on here, you know, what's the craziest thing that happened on tour, and everyone gave us these bullshit vanilla answers for the longest time. Then Krista Makes from Less Than Jake came on and dropped like the H-bomb with this S&M nude wax bar, like crazy story. What's the craziest thing that happened on the road with you guys?
Took acid.
We have so many.
Aside from watching Tombstone on repeat while you're
Someone
high.
left meat in our cooler in our van that got work on it for like a week and a half, and literally all we had was dead flesh smell in our van for weeks.
I got told to get into the back of the line on my own merch table.
My fan. And then a different girl proceeded to ask him to take a photo of her with the band.
Same night.
Same night. Micket had sex in the middle of the ocean.
Nice. How did that happen? Did you have ice cream?
Trailer.
Yeah.
Trailer jobs. Trailer
jobs.
jobs.
Oh, Micket's gotten a hand job with the trailer multiple times.
Wait, all right. We need.
He's like,
what's the details on this?
Context for everything.
Okay, which one?
Pick
Start-
pick a story. Pick one and give us the
I
context.
kind of like
to
this
it.
lightning round. It's awesome.
I know. There's like 9 of them. I don't even know which one to choose.
I'm trying to think of others. I'm trying to think of like what. There's so many stories.
I'm
Yeah,
trying to
kill the
picture
child
how he
on
had
the
sex in
one
the
of our
water.
first
Like,
stories-
was that off the cruise ship? Did you jump in the
Wait, what?
water?
Wait, what?
Like, what? You just said he had sex in the water. Like, was that
Yeah,
during
we were
that
in the
cruise?
boat. We were on the boat, and I kept trying to get in. He's like, "Look,
There was a sock on the door.
but it wasn't like, I don't know. I was drunk.
That's
Got
cool.
it? Oh yeah, one of our first tours, I got roofied.
Jesus.
Yeah, we've had some crazy stuff happen on tour.
Are you a park ranger named Sullivan?
What else is some? Like, there's like a
things that
bunch.
happen on tour.
Oh my God! So this one time we were in Dallas, Texas, and our old guitar player, and our like touring drummer at the time were in the van, and they had this girl in there. And mind you, the van's windows are completely clear. They're not tinted at all. They're not tinted. And we're on the hot street in Dallas. There's people walking
This is
by.
good times, by the way.
Yeah, hold on. And I look over and I'm seeing them all moving around. I was like, what's going on in there? So I walked over and I opened the van door, and this chick has full titties out. Big, huge, dude, like titties. I was like, you know, good for you. And then she had the attitude to tell me to get out of my van. And I was like, I
Get to
own
the
this.
back of the
You
line.
Get out of my van. Then I just
That's
closed the door and I walked.
fantastic.
Yeah, it was a Tinder date of our drummer and
Ended up showing her tits to the drummer and our guitar player.
not a drummer now.
Oh yeah, our drummer.
That's pretty. That kind of reminds me of that the Us Festival story we heard about David Lee Roth getting head while he was talking to some dude through the window,
Yeah.
and he was like,
Yeah.
like nothing was going on, and he's like, "What's going?" Like he couldn't even tell, and
He wouldn't
David was like,
accomplish-
he was like, "Come on in," and he like comes in, and sure enough, that's what's going on. Like, he's going on, like, "Hey, well, you know."
he wouldn't
Definitely
accomplish
not.
anything though if he didn't
can't
like
think of any.
multitask during blowjobs.
Which one can you like longer?
Interestingly, he was eating a Nestle Crunch bar while getting
He's
head.
like, yeah, come on in.
Yeah, he was having a conversation, eating the bar.
There's some other ones.
Listen,
oh God.
We
What
got
do
in
you
the
guys
chat.
think about it?
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead. Go
I
ahead.
said we
John.
have in the chat, somebody says, whoa, that's fresh marketing and publicity. Says, definitely ask Micket about Lucy Lawless. I don't know if I missed that because I changed the battery in my
Oh
headset.
God.
Who's that?
Lucy Lawless played Xena the Warrior Princess.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
Micket almost had sex.
What?
Let's not push it that far.
He gets okay. He gets the most pussy in this
All
band.
right.
1,000% gets the most pussy in this band. So if you're a woman watching this,
Okay.
It's the beard.
So I was at a birthday party, and I guess the family had known Lucy Lawless. She shows up, and she gets somehow sat next to me. She gets a little tipsy, right? And she's like, "Yo, you're kind of cute." And she's like, "Oh, Zena." I don't. One of the stories I wussed out, unfortunately. But he was hitting on me at the time.
I think at that point, like, you're not fucking her, she's fucking you. This is Zena the Warrior.
Yeah, oh, for sure.
It's like,
Like, and I don't know if you know this, but Big Kid's 5'8", okay?
She's tall too. She's pretty tall, right?
bro, he's getting rid.
He's getting ridded, okay?
You kind of have that thing. Have you ever seen the movie Airheads before?
Oh yeah, great movie.
You're doing the quiet cool, like Adam Sandler with the cap on. Like Zena was asking you, like, what are you thinking about right now? And you're like, swimming pools. Listen, I know the album just came out, and well, not just came out. What month did it come out? It came out a little bit ago. Yeah, because I've had it on my Spotify for a while. And then the weird thing is, I was listening to like Dirty Heads radio one day, and it popped up on that, and it was "Sad Looks Pretty on Me," and I was like,
"What a song for the playlist!"
And you're like, "Wait a second."
No, I actually like the song, but I was like, "This is weird" because it doesn't really go. So I clicked over the album, and I figured the rest of your album would be like that track, and every track is almost like completely different, but they're all awesome. And here's like, it's been years that I've listened to an entire album where I've liked every song in the album, and I haven't felt that there was filler on it. And I'm not just throwing that out because you're on, because we have bands on all the time, and I don't say that, but seriously, like, I haven't listened to an album in a very long time where I was like, every song, and the next one came on, and I was like, holy shit, I'm hooked already. And I listened again. If I had to open up my Spotify right now, I don't know if, can you do this on Spotify? Can you see what your top played album of the year is before they send it out?
Like when they allow you.
It's just at the end of the year. I guarantee at the end of the year, that album will be #1 on my list. It's insane. And it was all because I was listening to a Dirty Heads playlist, and you guys came up.
That's so random.
Seriously, it is.
Now from here on, for the rest of the year, you're literally going to bed playing our album.
I don't even think like at this point, I don't even think I need to. I've listened to it a lot. Like almost every time I'm in the car, I have it on. It just automatically comes on, but I don't turn it off. But like, how did you guys get like all these?
Turn it off.
How do you guys get all these different like genre mix? Like for every song, feels like a lot different. Not a lot.
We listen to a lot of different things.
We all listen to very different styles of music. I'm really pop, like pop, but I like growing up. I listened to a lot of like Used, MXPX, Offspring. I grew up freaking System of a Down. Like, so all of us, but right now I listen to mainly pop. But like, what?
I'm sorry,
what are you laughing about?
I was laughing because. When you said
I just hear it back here.
You said because you said you listen to pop, and then you said System of a Down. Is that why?
Down.
I imagine because you were saying that you listen to us all the time. I imagine when you're driving and you're listening to it, you're like, "Yeah, sad looks good on me." But then, like outside the window, and people pull up, you're like, "Sad looks good on me."
We've had this conversation on the show before. Like, I don't even care. Like, I'm 43 now. Like, if I'm driving down the road and fucking Wham is on my radio, I don't even care. I'll crank that shit. I'll be like, "Wake me up." Yeah. Like, I don't care. I don't give a shit.
What have you got next to you?
And actually, I don't know if you guys have seen a picture of Boy George lately. He looks like George Michael now, which is fucking bizarre because he never did before.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Because George Michael was Man George.
Right. I'm kind of wondering if he's not actually dead. Conspiracy that could be on Encounters, bro.
There it is. I'll host it. Let's start it, dude.
So you mentioned MXPX there. I don't know. Are you allowed to talk about this?
I don't know. I don't think so. So we're gonna skip
so
it.
we'll skip that question.
I think Steph will probably say it, a yes or no in the chat. So
all right, if somebody says it, I'll bring it back up.
I'm keeping an eye.
What's like the most annoying comparison you guys get?
Paramore.
Really?
Yes, all the time.
If it's not Paramore, it's Evanescence.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the only two bands that people know apparently, and they just you're
We've
Paramore,
come to
right?
the conclusion that it's like those are the only two
And then
female-fronted
if
bands.
You guys
someone's
are
a
No
little
Doubt.
older, if someone's like a little older, sometimes I've got No Doubt a couple times. Pretty much just if you have a vagina, you are this band that is popular.
We all sound alike if you're a girl, essentially.
Yeah.
I would have said In This Moment, not Paramore.
Yeah, we've gotten
Yeah,
that.
we've gotten that
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
I was
just saying,
waiting
yeah,
for
we
you to
got
bring
that
that one up.
What-
I was
like,
thinking
how does
Boyz
that
II Men.
conversation?
I don't know if you've
How does
heard
that
of
conversation go? Like if somebody brings that up
I
to
just
you,
felt,
like,
thank you. Like,
that's so
I've
fake.
had people who come up to me and they're like, I know this might be a little offensive, but you guys think Paramore. And I'm like, okay. Yeah.
Sweet.
They always come up to me and they're like, "Yo, bro, do you know who you sound like?" And I'm like, "No idea. You should tell me." No, like Paramore.
Oh,
No, I just
shocker.
literally answer them, and this is just like, you know who you sound like? Like
Paramore?
They're like, yeah,
Oh my
dude,
God.
like it's crazy. I'm like, oh yeah, dude, yeah.
And the one who said that I don't mean this to be insulting. You know, there's no rule that we have to talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't really take offense to it per se. I just think that us as an artist, and as you said, our album is very, very different. We try to not do what everyone else is doing. We just kind of do our own thing, and people like it or they don't. And if you think we sound like Paramore, then cool. If you think we sound like In This Moment, cool. Whatever, man. As long as you like it, I guess.
We got the message from Publicity in the chat. She said, yes, ha ha ha, you can sneak it here, exclusive to this only.
Ooh.
Whoa.
I
As
did
far
a
as
feature
you-
with MXPX, you bitches. It's like the coolest feature I've ever done. I have this specific memory growing up. My brother and I made a bird playlist for our family boat for that summer, and MXPX was on it. So when I got the offer, I was like, yes! I was like, "Let's do
I
it."
remember like one summer in high school, just
Yeah.
I don't remember what album it was, but repeat like
Yeah.
MXPX.
So it was really cool to even be considered, let alone be chosen. So I'm hyped.
That's awesome.
Congrats.
That's freaking awesome. Like,
Thanks.
and you know what else is awesome is that you completely dated yourself by saying that you burned a CD.
I was
Bring out
94.
It says
Maybe
the
you're
group of
not as
oldies
young
who-
as you say.
Yeah. So this one time I burned a floppy disk. No, I've never done
Okay,
that.
you don't burn a floppy disk. You just
Whatever.
write shit to the
Yeah.
floppy
I
disk.
was going to say,
right, you're young again.
We're the
You wanna
oldies who
take
put
a
tape
look at
over the
my
little
track
nub on a
tape
cassette.
collection in the back, or
I'd love that.
What did you say?
How'd you guys hook up as a band? I know this is completely off, but how'd you guys hook up as a band if you all have different styles and everything?
So
it's so true.
you're like,
Yeah, our drummer has this habit
He
of
does
when
this?
he's in like interviews, he does this a lot.
like Josh,
Yeah,
back away. So we met up. Micket and I have known each other for pretty much half my life now.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah, literally. We met when I was 13. He was 95.
Wow.
No, we met being in LA, they had these like clubs that they're all ages. And we met there one time. We all had a bunch of mutual friends. He's not even that much older than me.
Yeah, I'm really not that much older.
6 years?
How old are you?
27?
What? Who let you live that long? What the hell?
27. I don't know. This might be my last year. There's statistics. And yeah, I went
Don't
on.
get struck by
I
lightning.
went on. Sorry, I went on tour with this old band called The Collected. I was 17 years old. My mom he had my mom sign a waiver, so if I died, it wasn't his fault. Because he's a
That
businessman.
does sound like you, literally. Like,
My mom looked at it.
Good
like,
idea.
Stupid.
Sounds like Steven
And
Tyler.
then a few years later, he was like, "Yeah, I don't want to do metalcore anymore. I'm trying to do like something else." And then he joined another
Dude, you
metalcore
sound
band.
great. Yeah, that's how I sound.
I was going to say, spot on.
So then, so Seb here, we played shows with his ex-girlfriend at the time. And we had just let go of our bass player, who he was at the show when we left.
like
Super awkward.
Because
Like,
we never even talked. Anyway, so
I was in the band meeting him, not knowing that, or him knowing that he doesn't know that he is getting kicked out.
Oh,
It's super
So,
awkward.
Yeah,
Super
we had a
awkward.
really weird relationship.
Yeah. And so Seb just pretty much commented on our post about needing a bass player with the little girl emoji, like this, and yeah, now he's our bass player. And then Josh,
He
was like-
lingers. He lingered. He lingered around enough to where we're like,
all right.
just give him a job.
That's called
Well,
lurking, and it's
he was
bad
like our touring
etiquette.
drummer.
Yeah,
He was our-
thank you.
He was our touring drummer for like a long time, and he was like on and off, and he was in like 29 projects and the Augments project. That was like one of them. There was a few of them.
He's in too many bands.
Too many bands. And that was kind of a reason we were always like, no, we don't want him. He's got too much going on. And then we started touring, and he started coming along on our tours and stuff. And eventually we were at a boba spot. We were like, Josh, we got to talk to you about something. It's really,
oh, that was great.
it's really important. We just-
Scared the shit out
yeah,
of him.
he was like, fuck. We're like, we just wanted to let you know that you are now part of Rivals. And he goes, ah! And started crying. It was really great.
But we made him quit every other single band. So-
Yeah, we didn't make him. It just,
Yeah, we gave him the ultimatum. We're like, either you join us and quit everything, or
did we do that?
I mean, it wasn't as harsh, but it was like,
I don't remember that.
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They,
fuck
they
yeah.
said it nice, but that's what it was.
Well, anyways, so
Wait, so the guy that got kicked out, that was the guy that had the girl with the was it
No.
size E? You said no.
Different- different man.
Oh yeah, different one. Yeah.
Different.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna say, is that like initiation?
But
You're like, well,
to go
first
back to
thing,
that kicking out the bass thing, it was kind of like I was like the mistress, like that Micket was gonna say that they were cheating on. It's like, I know, and you don't know that I know. Like,
yeah, we used to have another guitar player, and it ended up not working out. But the drummer who was on tour with us at the time and that guitar player were the Chitty Band Girl situation.
I was in there. What are you talking about?
I wasn't there.
Oh, you were that
You were in there?
Yeah.
You were-
Well, it really
Yeah,
doesn't
because I
matter. By the
fucking
sounds of it, there's
Okay, so
enough to
how
go
it
around.
started is I totally 1,000,000%
the whole
was
band
joking.
would have a piece of that.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
If there was an E, like there's room
Yeah.
for everybody. Is-
They were big titties.
yeah, I mean,
I've never seen a pair of titties that big.
I probably have, but like that, it's
Yeah.
pretty rare.
Can I
It's
tell
pretty
you how depressing it is when we have a band on and they have all these killer stories and we're just a couple of old podcasters who just
I know that's why I like listening to
You're like,
What
I
was your
touched
story?
titties once.
it. Yeah,
Oh, what
there's
about
one
the
time
sausage
about
Just the once.
party. I got to touch a titty at
Oh!
party.
You guys
36
ever heard
years
of-
ago.
You guys ever
Or
heard of
Sausage Castle, yeah.
Have you ever heard of the Sausage Castle?
No,
Yeah.
what
Yeah,
is
right.
this?
So we got lucky enough to go there. We spent a night there. I have a scar.
the most crazy
From the Sausage
awkward,
Castle?
weird night as possible?
What'd you say?
You got a scar from the Sausage Castle.
Yeah, but like, okay. But not for a reason you probably
Well,
are
for
thinking.
context purposes, real quick, the sausage party is think of a millennial version
Sausage
of
Castle.
a sausage
That's a
castle.
movie.
Goddamn sausage castle. Just
The movie
think
sucks.
think of the sausage castle as a millennial version of the Playboy Mansion.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right.
It was thoughty.
Yeah, super thoughty, ratchet.
Anyways, I have a
Not
scar on my
classy
knee.
like Hef.
Yeah. I have a
Okay.
scar on my knee because at the front of the Sausage Castle, the stairs go down like this. So like the front door's here and they go like this. There's pitch black outside and I was hammered. Like beyond, I was like, and my friend was behind me and I was like, oh, I need to run to the van to grab something. And so I just walked out. But the stairs go like this.
Oh,
my
no.
God.
I just like 5 feet. I did. I broke a beer and then I literally have got like a hole like this big of a scar and it was just gushing blood down my knee.
All
Yeah,
I'm
but,
picturing
like-
like a Scooby-Doo scene where like he runs off of something and
Yes.
he realizes
pretty
that
much.
he's off the ledge and it falls.
Yeah.
More context to that place.
touched
Like
the
like
titty.
Post Malone's been there. Every like famous people go and hang out all the time too. It's Mike Busey's place, which if I remember correctly, I think he helped create Jackass or something like that. I don't know the lore totally, but essentially a big part of their income is they had, like, before OnlyFans was an actual thing, it was like a private Snapchat that people would, you know, subscribe to, and they'd provide
content.
Oh
my God,
sexual and not. I'm getting to that. Sexual and non-sexual.
Oh, this is getting good.
things.
Go for it.
So, we go in, and one of our friends, she opens the door, and she's like, "Do you guys want to see something crazy?" And we're like, "Oh, fuck yeah, let's go." So we walk out into the backyard, and there's this big fat clown, like clown makeup and everything, just t-shirt off, singing with a guitar, and right next to him is this girl squatting down, playing with herself with a chicken head, like acting like a chicken but playing with her and herself. And we're just like, what the fuck? And then we come back out a little later, same thing's happening, only now she's doggy style, and there's a dude with a scroll. Yeah, and he's just singing about having sex, and I'm just like, what is happening right now? Like, I don't understand this.
This place is crazy.
Yeah, and then like where we went to bed, it's like a master closet.
It's like bigger than the room we're in right now, which I guess you can't see. So
yeah,
it's
like it's essentially 2 rooms put together, and that's just a closet. But they had like bunk beds where people would stay, and we were staying with some strangers too. I think there were a couple, but did porn stuff obviously, and they started just having sex completely, like everyone's awake, talking and everything, just didn't care, like full blown, like not give a shit. And so we're laughing after they finish and stuff, and this guy up top, he just goes, "Man, your tits are so nice." And I was like, "I want to feel tits," and she goes, "You can feel them."
This is Roadhouse?
Yeah, you can see my hand come for the
Joe's like,
what
what's
is
the
happening?
address?
The craziest
of
day
this?
ever. Yeah,
So
that's the sausage castle
It's
for
really
you.
fun, yeah.
You dared feel another woman's breast immediately after she finished having sex with somebody else?
Yes.
Hell
That sounds
yeah,
a little
brother.
risky there.
This was
Yeah, this
What
is
do you
dirty.
mean? It's just
Yeah, no,
It's
this
only
is dirty.
sweat.
Oh, maybe.
You don't know how he finished. You know, you never know.
well,
Look,
they're on bunk beds, man.
You just come back like,
This was- And this is when moist towelettes become the hot product.
This is where COVID came in handy, because then everyone was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, I
"Hey,
got
hand
sick after
sanitizer."
that, but,
All right, well, we'll let you guys get going. Those are amazing stories. Thank you very much for coming on. Good luck with the album. And are you guys doing anything? Are you going on tour or doing anything this summer?
Yeah, not this summer, but fall, spring. Yeah, we haven't announced anything yet.
Oh, okay. All right. So where should people go to find you and all that stuff before you go?
Yes, all of our sites are We Are Rivals. We are RVLS. It's Rivals without the vowels. Wait, flip it and reverse. It's somewhere, I think, right here.
I'm too old. I can't read.
We Are Rivals. Go check us out. Our new album sound looks pretty yummy. It's got tons of different genres from left to right and up to down, and like Italian. I always call food genres. Sorry, I realized nobody knows the context of that joke. But yeah, check it out. I hope you guys like it.
I didn't even get that.
Yeah,
That just like went straight over my head. Like,
Whatever works.
but
seriously,
we also
thanks,
do
man.
have a exclusive, non-exclusive Patreon.
Patreon.
Where we post behind the scenes material, private stuff. You get access to everything 24 hours before actual release,
You get free
and
gifts
gifts
Yeah,
and
we do
many
send
other
gifts.
things.
and beard hairs.
Tour of the Sausage Palace is on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wait,
I was gonna
wait.
say-
Did you say OnlyFans or Patreon? I'm confused.
No,
now.
it's
Only
yeah.
Patreon.
Only Patreon. Okay.
Yeah. If their stories are any indication, you want to see the behind the scenes.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
It sounds like you want to see it.
We need to post.
Thanks,
one.
Dan. Good luck with the album. Good luck with your tour. Maybe I'll see you guys this fall.
Yes,
This
thank you
fall.
so much.
Thank you.
All right, take care, guys. Thank you again.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
All right, Duelers. So unfortunately, we're going to have to end this episode right here. But don't worry. If you've missed an episode, you can always go back and check out our entire catalog over at duelingdecades.com. Now, if you're watching along with us on YouTube, thank you very much. Make sure you subscribe to the show like the episode, and then hit the little notifications bell. That'll help our episode get shown to more and more people and help Dueling Decades grow. So, Joe,
On TV.
Oh, yes. I'll get there. All right, Mancrush. Since you brought it up, why don't you tell all of our listeners about the breaking news we have about Pod TV?
All right, so we just signed on. There's a new app that's out there. It's called Pod TV, and I believe their website is podtv.live, but they're on all the markets, Android, Apple. It's on your Roku TV, Fire Stick, Apple TV, whatever you got. So you can watch us on television. They have like a lineup of a bunch of shows. It's like you're watching actual television, but that's podtv.live. And I think we already have a couple episodes on there. I think Joe's been flashing up the logo on the stream, so check that out.
And Joe, why don't you give everybody a sneak peek of what you got coming up on Miscast Commentary?
Oh, we're having a lot of fun right now. We're in our summer of sequels. We just had Back to the Future 2 and Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey coming up. We got Best of the Best 2, Terminator 2, a lot of 2s, Temple of Doom coming out. And we are in the planning stages. We're really hoping we're going to be able to do it this summer, a 24-hour stream of all canon movie commentaries. So
Wow.
we're trying to, we've nailed down a lineup. We're trying to nail down a date, and then we're going to nail down some guests. I'm hoping to do it by late July, early August.
Nice. Well, definitely look forward to watching and listening to that. All right, Duelers. Well, we're going to leave you right here. Thanks a lot for watching along with us. We're going to bid you a peace, love, light, and a joy. Have a grateful week, everyone.